phone days, before texting was a thing. Now in 2022, texting is a thing. So we are commonly known as a communications platform as a service or a CPaaS provider. And we currently work with about 8,000 plus B2B and B2C companies across North America, US and Canada primarily. And those 8,000 businesses are communicating with about 80 million opted-in subscribers. So that's about a fourth of the population that has interacted with one of our clients or our campaigns over the last 16 years. So pretty good numbers. We work with direct clients. We work with just about every vertical, every industry, and then we also work with B2B clients and offer what we call a white label solution for those clients to help monetize and turn texting into a revenue stream. So today I'm going to talk to you about a few things. We're going to talk about the case for white labeling and monetizing. So at the end of the day, we're all consumers, and I want us to take off our business owner, business staffer hat and put on our consumer hat, which we all are. And we're all interacting with businesses and organizations, right, on a daily basis. These are things like local restaurants, retailers. We have organizations, community organizations, nonprofits, religious. And then we have youth groups and kids activities. You know, I'm constantly taking my kids from one activity to the next at one of a variety of different organizations. And at the end of the day, these organizations are really all vying for our attention as consumers. They want to be able to communicate with us. And so how are they doing that? They're all communicating really about different things. So the key is the communication. Now what kind of communication are we talking about here? We're talking about really two kinds. We're talking about marketing-based communication. This is things like sales, promotions, and specials on the marketing side. And then you have what we call the non-marketing or the transactional messaging. And this would be things like appointment reminders and follow-ups, changes in operations, which we all had a lot of experience with during COVID, correct? A reminder about an appointment, but you're also talking to them about a Botox special, whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of overlap there as well. Now we're going to do a quick audience poll just by a raise of hands. You know, as consumers, how do we prefer that these businesses communicate with us? And so we're going to start with everyone's favorite, direct mail. We all get it, right? So you get your mail. Do you look at it, or does it go straight in the trash? And if you put your hands up, keep your hands up if you read your direct mail. I don't see too many hands, so I'm going to skip. You get those automated voicemails on occasion. Do you read those do you listen to those voicemails? I can't remember the last time I received a voicemail, to be honest with you. Then you have emails. And I think it's safe to say that we all deal with the world of email clutter, put it right into the trash, and then we really stick with our business-related communication via email. Some businesses rely on app and push notifications, but you'll find that oftentimes people will download the app and then they disable the notifications on that app. So they might use the app, but they don't want to be bombarded with push notifications from that app. And then lastly, we have text messaging. And so we all get it. We all read them. I've yet to find people that don't read their text messages. So it seems to be in the 21st century, 2022, the viable preferred method of communication for most consumers. Most. But today, I'm going to actually contradict my statement of texting and the validity of texting and talk about why text messaging is not enough. But first, I want to talk about why more B2B agencies aren't monetizing texting, and they should be. And I think that is primarily due to concerns with staffing and resources. Who's going to do it? Who's going to configure the campaigns or send the messages for the clients? Who's going to navigate that as a non-expert? Lack of knowledge and expertise on the solution. So people, if they're providing PPC or online ads or digital advertising, to what extent do they want to learn about SMS and texting? And then really a desire to remain focused on your core offering. As a digital agency, you have your niche, you have your vertical, and you want to stick within that bubble and not really deviate too much from that. Texting is really clear, and I'm going to go over it twice. First now, and then again at the end. It establishes a recurring revenue stream. What you'll find is that businesses build a database, they're communicating on an ongoing basis, and that communication is over months, even years, and that database keeps growing bigger and bigger. Because they start off small and then they start expanding their reach. More people. It also leads to continued user growth over the long term. So these businesses are sending out the communication that drives business in, helps their business grow.
Oh, you're selling that shirt.
It does complement and integrate easily with the digital agency's core offerings. So if you're doing digital ads, other type of online advertising for business, even consumer packaged goods, it doesn't necessarily have to be online. Texting is an easy integration and really seamlessly talks with some of these other initiatives. And the long-term revenue potential is real. We have clients that have been with us for 8, 10, 12 plus years, texting every month, whether it's about inclement weather alerts or special promotions or appointment reminders. Once they get ingrained and it becomes part of their day-to-day operation, they keep it for the long term. Generally speaking, the results have always been 25 to 100 people a month, unless it's on a really mass communication channel like TV, radio, or print. All those channels promote the test club, and then join by 3. I'm like, oh, that would be 3 cents. That's probably the results are very gradual. They're not really blowing it out of the water. They have a database of 280 people that are texted in, and if they were to send a message to those contacts, that's not really going to drive a tremendous amount of revenue. I think I got it yesterday. It's not really going to push substantial numbers. This is good. It's like lackluster performance. And so this is an average of about 24 contacts per month, which again is consistent with what I was saying about 20 to 50 contacts per month on average is what you can get from a traditional text campaign. This is going to go up to the window. So a lot of different applications and trade shows are also very powerful. Point of sale, they'll do anywhere from 300 to 500 contacts per month as they build their database. And so when this customer, it was a relatively small, less than 1,000 square foot customer, retail establishment, sends out a message to 4,000 people, that drives a lot of business, and I'll share that with you in just a second. This is an average of 324 contacts per month, which is a 14x increase over what you're doing with traditional texting. So the kiosk is really the catalyst for building that database. So we'll take a look at some stats. So out of 4,000 numbers, or hi Jerry, right? It has a much bigger impact than sending a generic text. So personalization is critical. Contacts that join the birthday club, 84% of contacts that are part of your database join the birthday club. That's huge. I worked in nightlife for many years, and birthdays are gold mines. You get a party of 10, a party of 20, a party of 50. Granted, not at a QSR, but birthdays are big revenue opportunities for local dining establishments. And when we look at their special offers redeemed, you can see here the variety of the different offers that they've given out, whether it's a free taco, a 10% off, we miss you 10%. The we miss you offer is a message that's targeted to go out to anybody that has not checked in. So it's pretty impressive for a year's worth of work. So let's talk about cost and reward. The cost of this client's services for the year, $2,793. That's their exact cost. So they generate about $1,000 every Tuesday, which is the slowest day of the week, with a 10% off offer. It's $1,000 a week on a service that costs them about $400 a month now. So the ROI is very impressive. And so their return on investment is upwards of 1,100%. So this has been a great case study for us because it's taken a client that has implemented it, and implement is really clear. And I'll kind of reiterate. It establishes a recurring revenue stream, because you think this client's ever going to discontinue their service? We have to do things tremendously wrong and really butcher that relationship for them to jump ship or to go somewhere else. They're getting great support, they're getting great technology, and we're monetizing the heck out of it for them, and so it's a win-win for all parties involved. But we're in the business of helping businesses generate revenue, whether it's a white label reseller or direct B2C. And so if it's not working, it means they're not doing something right, because text messaging does provide a decent return on investment, 10,000 and beyond. They're a franchise. They have 4 locations. They're ramping up. Before you know it, they're going to have 15, and they're going to have 100,000 contacts or more. Again, this complements and integrates easily with what these agencies are already offering their clients: online advertising, digital, PPC, SEO. It's a great supplementary product for B2B companies. And the long-term revenue potential is real. Again, this started off as a $99 account. They're now a $400 account. It's going to continue to grow. And this is just one of many different use cases across different verticals and industries that we work with. Here, where I can take a look and see what messages have come in. And that's part of our texting capabilities as well. So again, in 2022 and well beyond, my personal assumption, understanding of the marketplace, just we've been doing it for 16 years since texting evolved, is that people prefer texting. And I'm giving a presentation right now. If I got a phone call, I probably wouldn't answer it, unless it's my wife. I always give that disclaimer. If I get a text message, I'm probably not going to do that because I'm speaking. But many doing it that had a database of contacts that they communicate with were much farther ahead than their competition. I remember driving around locally, driving by my local establishments to see if they're open, peeking in the window to see if I can order my food. The businesses that had a texting database, they were sending out messages informing those people, hey, we're open, we're closed, these are our new operation hours, whatever it might be. So COVID really, while we didn't bring on a lot of new accounts during COVID, the existing clients that were utilizing texting relied on it more heavily. So messaging volume went up across the board during COVID. Email or date of birth via text message, capture that information, push it into your MailChimp, push it into your Salesforce or your CRM, and it can all be integrated. This shows you our users by segment, by industry segment. So by and large, for appointment-related communication, automotive, personal care, fitness, retail, real estate. 73% of our clients have been active with the sales. There's talking to every business out there, but if we can empower our resellers to license our software and offer to their clientele and support them, we make sure that they're successful, and that success comes right back to us. It's a very symbiotic relationship. That's all I have. Any questions? We answer it all? All right. Yes, sir. Okay, so the question is, what are the cheapest plans we offer? It's a very good question. For a direct client that's working with us directly for their business, our least expensive plan is $59. It gives you 1,000 outbound messages. It's all month to month. There's no contract term. And we do have a one-time setup fee of $99. That includes a tablet. Now, we don't provide this tablet. We provide a nice 10-inch iPad for storefront, so it's a really nice display. We're located right over this incense of text, so the margins are very healthy. Yeah, for 1,000 messages. And then it's all month to month after that, and after that it's $59. Yeah, for 1,000 messages. And if you need more, you can move up or you can move down. So we have clients that upgrade and downgrade from month to month.